Good evening and welcome to Teeters Field, the football home of the Kellogg Wildcats. Tonight's game will feature the Lumberjacks of St. Mary's High School and your Kellogg Wildcats.
Camera with the mic hanging.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not.
Now, the starting lineup. The St. Mary's Lumberjacks.
Yeah, let's leave it at that for right now, but that's the mic right there, so we gotta. Yeah. I'll adjust it.
You bring us over when you're ready.
And now for the Wildcats. Quarterback, number 12, left 6'2". Number 7, a 5'10" junior, Ramsey Radio. Number 11, a 6'3" senior, Barrett Meredith. Number 15, a 6'2" senior, Colby Luna. Number 22, a 5'10" senior, Dayton Bauer. Number 51, a 6'3" sophomore, Ethan Spencer. Number 53, a 6'3" senior, Tanner Lee. Number 55, a 6'1" senior, Gabe Kennison. Number 62, a 6'4" sophomore, Alex Jones. Number 64, a 5'9" sophomore, Tom O'Neill. The Wildcats are coached by Dan Whitty and assisted by Green coordinator Kyle Hudson and Eric Kennedy. Officials tonight, referee Jake Ryerson, umpire Duncan Yeager, headline judge.
We got Duncan.
And line judge Cole Purple.
Duncan Yeager. I can't hear me now. Something's wonky. Can you talk? Oh, I couldn't hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you. I can't hear me like I normally can.
Yeah. We'll adjust that as we go. Let's go live.
Let's do it.
This screen.
Right now we're just on that mic right there.
This
that?
screen turned off.
What's that?
This screen turned off.
Oh yeah. If that thing's close to this, it turns off. But if you look here, it's still doing it. It's still good. Okay, Josh. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Simon Miller. It's homecoming. And your Wildcats are set to take on their Central Idaho League rivals, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks. This is the league opener for both teams. And it's also homecoming night, Simon.
Josh, I mean, yeah, it feels weird to say these are rivals, but now they're league rivals.
You know, they were in the Intermountain League with us for a long time, but they departed for the 2A waters following the 2012 season. In that time, St. Mary's has enjoyed significant success.
Yes, they have.
At the 2A ranks, including a state championship, I believe, in 2017 or 2016. So,
listen, the chat will correct us. So just throw it out there, and the chat will say, actually,
the chat.
Yeah, the chat will.
Is this the Oracle you speak of?
Yes, it's the Oracle.
The Oracle, Steve Shepard?
Well, no, it might not be Shep. It might be somebody watching from St. Mary's that'll say, actually, Josh.
That's true. We tend to get a pretty healthy St. Mary's crowd.
We do.
But yeah, they've enjoyed some success at the 2A level. The Wildcats, their first year in the 2A ranks, they've started the season with a scintillating 2-1 record but last week things kind of got a little weird. Against Moscow and Newport, the Wildcats scored at will. However, against Deer Park kind of grinded out the clock.
They kind of shut it down, didn't they?
They threw some situational defenses at Colby Luna. They forced Ripley Luna into 2 different turnovers, which he rarely turns the ball over once, let alone twice. I would be willing to bet that's his first 2 turnover game in some time. But the Wildcats are going to kick off here. We got Colby Luna back to kick for these Wildcats, and as soon as the kickoff's done, we'll run through the starting lineup. The Lumberjacks did not announce starters.
Team starters?
They're going to be one team.
I get it.
But this is Wildcats Live, so, as cool as that is, I'm looking forward to seeing the Wildcats beat one team. So we're off to the races. Decent kick by Luna, fielded out to the 23-yard line. And starting for your Wildcats, a senior, number 2, Ripley Luna. A junior, number 5, Jager Hall. Another junior, number 7, Ramsey Rainio. A senior, number 11, Varick Meredith. A senior, number 15, Colby Luna. A senior, number 22, Dayton Bauer. A sophomore, number 51, Ethan Spencer. A senior, number 53, Tanner Lee. A senior, number 55, Gabe Janisek. A sophomore, number 62, Alex Jones. And a sophomore, number 64, Tom O'Neill. So back taking the snap under center, and
it looks like a rugby scrum.
We're playing rugby from the opening
that
possession.
is, and for a gain.
So pushed forward there. That was a very odd. Looked like Cody Teft is the quarterback there.
And we're going to get a little bit of the replay there. That's just a pile of humanity.
Yeah,
moving forward.
That was an odd way to start the game. These Lumberjacks come into this one 0-2 to start the season. And I believe they lost, I can't remember who their first game was, but their last game was a loss to Riverside, Washington. So right now, under center for the Lumberjacks is Dylan Holder. And looked like might have been a false start there as they hand the ball off. Looks like number 23, that's Trey Gibson on the carry for the Lumberjacks. And right now, St. Mary's, if you watched film from last week, the way to beat the Wildcats isn't terribly difficult to figure out. But what you have to do is you have to basically control the clock, control the ball, and then the part that tends to be impossible for most teams outside of Deer Park is keep the Wildcats from scoring. And Deer Park is the first team to do that.
They solved it.
First time since these two teams played each other in 2019, but there was a jump right there. We're going to get an encroachment on the Wildcats, but...
And Josh, we're joined by a former Wildcat football player, Danny Kenyon. We're going to bring him in right here and just
the official signaled encroachment and pointed towards the Wildcats. That call's been changed now.
So it was a false start
on the Lumberjacks.
So Danny, as a lineman in the trenches, what are you feeling down there?
You just got to get down. You got to get down there and just take them out. These guys, they're worried about St. Mary's deep down.
It's a rival.
It's a rival.
And
it's another scrum. And this is like rugby-esque.
This is not attractive football in the
least.
It's
effective though. That's going to be a St. Mary's first down. Danny, when you're in the trenches down there, what are you just like, what is going on here?
You just got to feel like you're better than everyone else when you're there. And just, get down.
So you
look at the guy across from you and know you're better than him.
So kind of playing with an edge. You got to go into this knowing you got to have a little swagger. You got to be able to look the guy across from you and say, I'm better than you. I'm going to get through you. You're not going to push me around.
You got to have a little bit of Ivan Drago in you,
Yeah.
I must break you.
Ivan Drago. Yeah, we're going Rocky 4 right away out of the gate.
He does. So St. Mary's lining up in this really gross.
It's just a tight, let's go.
This is a very wishbone-esque. Oh, what a pop there. And
That's pretty disciplined perimeter defense by the Wildcats there because he could have bounced that for way more than
that was
that.
Ramsey Rainio on the initial contact there. But I'm expecting to see another rugby scrum for a first down here. The Wildcats are going to have to figure some stuff out because the one thing, from what I'm looking at here, this offensive line for the Lumberjacks, they're not a little group of men. These are some substantial size up front.
And this is the Deer Park formula.
Yeah, this is
you've got the formula to beat the Wildcat. There it is.
Yeah, and it's just get behind him and run, and we're going to see a breakout here. The Wildcats are going to have to tighten up on this. I almost wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Davidian burn a timeout here.
Yeah, just go, hey, guys.
If this is what they're going to do, we've got to be ready for it. This is, and Simon knows how I feel about this style of football.
I do know how you feel about it. I do.
This is just atrocious. It's not necessarily pleasant to watch.
I know, Josh. I know, and I appreciate it. I may disagree with it, but I appreciate it.
And I think you might even not necessarily love the get behind the rugby scrum style. Like the triple option aspect, that can be fun to watch.
I love it because anything can happen.
Yeah, but this rugby scrum style football.
Here's the one thing. That I feel, and I'm gonna let Danny. Danny's gonna listen to this and he's gonna comment. I know Coach Kimberling is calling the offense, and I know he's but there's nobody I trust more to give you some feedback on what's happening at the line of scrimmage than Tim Kimberling, and say this is what we need to do, and this is the adjustment, and I will take that as gold. Danny,
110%.
110%.
Coach K.
Coach Kimberling
will steer you no wrong.
There we go.
Coach K is might not be a Kellogg native, but he has turned himself into a Kellogg legend through equal parts longevity and just the willingness to stick with a program that has had such an odd ebb and flow over the years. When you look at, the number of head coaches, he's had several tenures as head coach. A lot of times, sometimes stepping into the position just so that there's a head coach. It's not because he's not a head coach because he doesn't have options. Like, that's for dang sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the way he's called this offense for the last couple years has been.
What's pretty amazing is he went from a defensive-minded coach and individual to I'll call the offense.
Ripley Luna tends to have that effect on people.
Yeah, that's right.
And this little pitch around here.
But the Lumberjacks are effectively moving this ball down the field. And so, Danny, what would you expect, Coach North, Coach Kimberling, whoever's down on the field, if you're down there in the trenches on the defensive end, what are you expecting them to say to you when you come off? Like,
I honestly don't know if I can. I don't know if I can say what they would say to you personally.
Well, okay, so give us the PG.
The PG would be, you guys got to get in their face, take what's yours. It's homecoming. It's your field.
Oh, well, that's.
I like
it's
that.
your field.
Yeah.
Would there be some freakins in there?
Maybe.
There could be.
There could be.
There might be later.
There might be.
Some shoots and some freakins.
I'll tell you right now, this is similar to golf.
Is it?
You can't win it the first day, which would be like technically the first quarter, but you can lose it. So right now,
that might have been the Wildcats' best defensive possession.
That was a pretty good surge there.
Kind of like Seattle's defense this weekend.
They just kind of stiffened up down in the red zone, right?
Yeah. And maybe they're stiffing up right now. Maybe we get the ball back on the 3 and we just run down the field.
This is how the game started against
it is.
Newport.
Yes, it is.
Newport drove on the Wildcats to about this point on the field before the Wildcats forced a turnover on downs, and then I think it took all of 18 seconds for the Wildcats to capitalize on this.
And just seconds into the stream, Dan Pierce, great to hear some familiar voices on the play-by-play. DK. DK is already paying off. We got him in the booth. He's the Tony Romo of Wildcats.
Well, I don't know about Tony Romo. That guy can call plays like he's coaching.
And that sounds like a
But
touchdown.
let's give a shout out to Dan Pierce, though. He's a Montgomery Gulch legend.
Absolutely.
Oh, gosh. I got a couple of Montgomery Gulchers here with me, don't I?
We got 2 of them.
So. Mike Pierce, his dad.
There's very few times that you're in a video booth with 2 people from Montgomery Gulch. I have the privilege.
But you guys, let's go back to the game. St. Mary's just marched the length of the field and put it in on the Wildcats, and that's a broken.
Oh,
That's
still went through.
Yeah, that kicker's legit.
true.
I called that earlier, but
that's Grayson Sands.
7-0, and Grayson Sands, I believe, is a golfer, and I called this when I saw him kicking warm-ups.
He's a heck of a basketball player, but I also believe he plays on the soccer team, which
that does not surprise me because that is a soccer style 100%.
He's got a trap draw 5-iron
Yes,
going
that
through
is
the middle of
beautiful.
those uprights.
Grayson Sands,
boy.
get yourself some kicking. That's in the Kellogg Lumber Company
the Kellogg
backyard.
Lumber
They're still
Co.
trying to get it. We're still scaling the fences down there.
You know, that drive took 6.5 minutes. That was a grindy, in your face.
Absolutely. Look at we're 5 minutes 22 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Ripley Luna the ball hasn't touched his hands yet.
Yeah, and that's where the one thing that you can almost fault the Wildcats for in their offense is that when you play, probably 15 guys play both ways.
Yep.
You don't give your guys much rest when you're in the end zone in 2-3 plays on these bombs.
Sure.
That Ripley seems to
Yeah,
unleash.
it's like a pace of play. We're just doubling up.
The difference is once the Wildcats score, it's like that shot of adrenaline.
But Josh, I need to stop you there. The Wildcats have to score.
And
And St. Mary's has said, checkmate.
yeah, this is how we're gonna play.
You're gonna score, or we're gonna make this an ugly onside.
Oh,
my
Jaden
goodness.
Bauer grabs the onside attempt, and what a great onside attempt by Sands there. Bauer
Not even affected.
just earned his paycheck.
Yeah.
He just
did.
got lit up.
And we're gonna go replay on that.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna look at that replay and see how that just took place. I mean, that was a great kick. Just got the very end of it.
So look at this right out of the gate. St. Mary's with two safeties playing 15 yards almost behind the line of scrimmage. This is absolutely St. Mary's trying to stop that pass. And I'm a little surprised that I just saw the first play of the game was a run play.
It was a toss.
It
Toss
was
left.
Jarring. Well, Wildcats, I think, have run
Was that Bauer?
Yeah,
Who
it
was
was
that?
Dayton Bauer.
Dayton Bauer.
for about 4.
Yeah, I mean, but for the Wildcats, they're thinking, oh, geez, only 4 yards? I mean, this offense is
Explosive.
spoiled.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to have to be disciplined tonight.
But it's going to be that run game that sets up the play action that allows Ripley Luna
here we
to
go.
do the things. And Ripley Luna just got lit up. But there's
Doesn't
Colby
matter.
Luna. And we've got a flag in the backfield. We've got roughing the passer.
Yeah, we're going to get all
So-
that and then some.
So we're going to
well, let's go to the replay. Let's take a look at this play. Here we go. Shotgun for Luna. And he's pretty calm and collected. He gets drilled, but throws a rainbow. I mean, we're okay.
Yeah, we're getting roughing the passer here. So that's going to... I think roughing the passer's tacked on. Yep. So that's going to go all the way up to the 5-yard line. And what did I say? I think I said 2 to 3 plays. And here we are.
Josh, you
2
are
minutes.
absolutely, yes,
Yeah.
correct.
It's
So if they
almost
punch
over.
this in or pass this in somehow,
Get up here in the...
then it's do or die here. Let's go, St. Mary's.
You've got Colby Luna on this left side. He's going in
Got
motion.
motion. Yep.
I'm going to see that sweep to Bauer. Ripley's going to
Take it
keep
himself.
it. Ripley's going to keep it, and he's going to go
He's
all
in.
the way in.
That's
They're
in.
going to mark
call
him
him
down
short?
the 1, and I think it's the right call. Rip didn't extend for the line.
Let's go replay. Let's take a look at some of the blocking assignments.
They knew
here.
you said 2 to 3 plays, and they
just-
want to make it the
Right.
over.
What do you guys think? Okay, that's all Ripley right there.
He doesn't extend at the end. He kind of
Yeah,
tucks. I
that
think
might be. He's down. We don't have a pylon cam, but I mean,
Papa Luna, if you hear us, pylon cams, Amazon
there we
wish
go.
list.
Rick, let's hit us up.
Come on. Roll out. He's going to find Varick Meredith right there in the flats
And
for
that's
a touchdown.
Touchdown Wildcats.
And Varick is a giant target. So first and foremost, we don't talk about him as much. This guy last year was kind of a game changer for the Wildcats. He came in, transferred over, heaven sent, because he kind of legitimized our backfield. His ability to catch out of the backfield and then block for Ripley allowed Ripley to kind of find out just how big his arm could be. Now this year, he's almost playing a complementary role where he's the like the slot receiver almost, the safety valve.
He's the H. He's the H or the whatever.
He can play a little tight. He's like a Kyle Juszczyk type player.
And we're going for 2 here.
Yeah.
So why not? That's easy.
Rip's
that's
gonna
easy
just
pickings.
walk it in. That looked like Vince Young against USC right there.
That's dirty.
Oh,
That's
let's
a good
go
callback,
Let's
though.
check out
That's a
the
good
replay.
callback.
Let's see if we got a replay on this. 2-point conversion.
So just like that,
Ripley.
it took less than 2 minutes. It was 5:22 when the Wildcats got the ball. It took a minute, and I'm not good at math. I'm a words guy. DK, what do you got for me?
the math is hard
And
on
you're asking
there.
me?
So.
Sorry, you guys' golf scores are
A couple
big.
minutes. Just
It
let's
took
go a
less than
couple.
it took less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We're right in the 90-second realm. Is
So
where
so,
we are.
So St. Mary's.
That's got to feel demoralizing.
Yeah, I mean, but St. Mary's rightly so. They took control of the line of scrimmage and marched that thing all the way down. And then Kellogg said, okay, give us the ball. We'll do it in 1/10 of the time. And now we have a football game because we got to kick it to St. Mary's. Have the coaches adjusted to that scrum? Has St. Mary's adjusted to the spread attack of the Wildcats? We're about to find out.
How important right now does kicking become? Because if you're the Wildcats, you need to put St. Mary's back.
Correct.
You need to keep if they catch the ball at the 50 or the 20.
Because really, they're
gonna
only
do
playing
this.
like 50-yard football games.
Right. 50-yard football games with that kind of offense, they're going to get tired if they have to do that for 90 yards. And here's the kick. And
There we go.
yep, it's going to be fielded at the 10. And we're going to see, looks like he's going to bring it up the right side. And great coverage there.
That's pretty good containment
At
right
the
there.
20-yard line is where the Lumberjacks are going to take over. So 80 yards. That's a lot of yardage to have to chew up in. I mean, that offense is
I'll
not.
tell you what, though. I mean, St. Mary's, I'm impressed that they stuck with that. Let's just grind this down. It's almost Deer Park, like they watched the Deer Park video and said, this is how we win.
This is how you beat
Now,
Kellogg. This is how you compete
yeah,
with Kellogg.
defensively,
You don't win.
Yeah,
You
they have
compete.
not completed the defensive game plan because Deer Park had double safeties, getting on Colby Luna. But we'll see. Let's see. Look at this. Like, those splits are tight.
and Varick in the backfield.
I mean, okay, so there's an adjustment right there.
That's
An adjustment. They didn't get
So,
the
Danny,
ball
is that
off.
like just get in a gap
just get
and
in there.
make something
Yeah.
happen?
Fill the holes and just go.
if you know this is the style of offense you're going to see and you're going to be playing against with the safeties that we do have. So that's Ramsey Rainio and Ripley Luna. You have 9 other guys. You're sending them, right?
Yeah, you're going to send them through those A, B, and C gaps all day long.
And if they beat you on a big play, that's fine. You can adjust. But the odds of that happening, I mean, Ramsey Rainio with one knee 100% and one surgically repaired knee is still probably faster.
Surgically repaired me. I love that.
I mean,
surgically repaired me.
oh, did I say me? Uh-oh.
Yes, you did. But, he ran into his own blocker.
Ran into his own blocker and
And then
kinda
he ran into...
He trucked his
A
own
wall
block.
of
Yeah.
purple.
That was
Oh. And,
we got some extracurriculars.
Well,
Is that Varick?
That was Varick. But
Yeah, Varick is fired up.
Varick is the one who got caught.
Yeah, but I think Varick said something. It's not what happened, it's how we reacted to what happened.
And Varick is an emotional player.
He is.
But in that, I mean, what do you tell your kids all the time? It's never the guy who throws the first rock, right?
Right, it's the response.
It's the response that gets caught. It's the response that gets you in
Hey,
I
trouble.
have no comment on
Danny has no comment, and I will take that because Randy White, whose house I'm living in, just responded to the Montgomery Gulch call out saying, Montgomery Gulch, what's up? So Randy White, absolutely, we are representing. So
Throw up some MG gang signs.
and here comes the scrum again.
Yeah.
But the Wildcats, they're feeling better than they did in the first drive.
And I like the little extra sauce the Wildcats are throwing on some of these. The whistle's blowing, and we're getting
They're
a little-
pursuing.
Yeah,
they're flying to the ball.
They're playing till about 2 seconds after the whistle.
I mean, Ty Cheney, he's
Producer Ty Cheney's, are you an ace on the camera right now?
he is because really kind of trying to tweak this camera setup. We got a piece of plywood hanging out the thing, and Ty's learning as we go for sure. He's got this thing dialed in. So
the Lumberjacks still grinding it out. They're not abandoning. What needs to happen here, and this is what happened against Newport. Newport picked up a couple silly penalties. Those were the things that stalled them out. That really kind of.
And Lumberjacks haven't had any.
No.
I mean, they're just disciplined inside run, 2 tight ends. I mean, the Lumberjacks are saying this is what we are going to do
I think
all
it was
night
enough
long.
to pick up a first.
I do too.
But
I just don't feel like you can do that the whole game.
it seems like it would be exhausting.
But I think that is the point, right? I think
it
St. Mary's
is.
is saying we are bringing this to you, and can you do this all night?
But can they keep up doing it the whole
Right.
night?
Sure.
Right,
I agree.
Do you have a running
100%.
back that can do this for 60 minutes?
100%.
I mean,
And a lineman.
yeah, the lineman is the thing that I'm the most intrigued by because this is a big ask for Division I linemen.
Listen, I'm in full appreciation of this.
The big boys.
Yeah, for sure. The big boys are moving the line of scrimmage, and Kellogg has to figure this out and stop getting penalties. But kudos to St. Mary's. This is a game plan that if you're going to win, this is how you do it.
Wildcats right now could stand to do one of two things: get a penalty, put the Lumberjacks in a spot to commit a penalty, force a turnover.
Yep. That's the only way you can let them do this.
You have to flip the momentum. I think that was going to be the last play of the quarter, unless
Yep.
St. Mary's tries to get one quick, and it looks like they're gonna
tired.
sit on it.
Yeah, they
But
should.
I think DK's absolutely
I'd get some
right.
water.
No timeouts taken. Outside of a couple changes of possession on kickoff, this has been an absolute grinder of a first quarter. Wildcats doing what they do best. Lumberjacks.
I mean, bringing
responding
the counterattack.
It's
I mean,
absolutely
give it to
what
them.
the Wildcats do. I mean, I don't want to say they do anything the worst, but this is the exact style that hurts the Wildcats.
It does.
More than anything.
And I think the Deer Park footage, I mean, whether St. Mary's ran this offense 2 weeks ago or not, I think this is and I don't want to muddy the waters here, but I've watched videos and social media of shot clocks going up for basketball. And hey, I understand. I get it that shot clocks modernize the game and they make it speed up. But when you're a Kellogg, if you don't have an offense or shooters and your coach is smart enough to say, this is the style of game we're going to play.
Yeah.
I think that smaller schools, like we're not celebrating the shot clock in mass like everyone else is. If you're a Meridian or a Boise High or a Timberline High, sure, you've got the studs to do it, and you're like, let's go, shot clock, let's go.
You know, the shot
possession
clock's never been a thing in North Idaho for one.
But it is now.
We play it's never been a thing in North Idaho
Right.
that we needed to concern ourselves
Right.
with. We tend to play pretty fast basketball. But here, watching this football game, here's a broken
This is
big
this
play.
is a perfect example of
What-
St. Mary's
this-
is saying we're going to change the pace of the game.
This triple option kind of set that they have with the 3 running backs, it's not as refined. And I think you're onto something where who knows if they were running this 2 weeks ago, but we've seen what this looks like when it's run really well.
Sure.
We've seen it.
Dan Lucier.
Dan
Shout out.
Lucier.
We'll see you in a couple weeks or a week or so.
Did some stuff with that wishbone that was just thrilling to watch. This seems like
It seems like watching paint dry.
This is
But for them, it's
yeah.
like we're just going to grind it out. Look at push our quarterback.
Now I am hearkening back to the old
The Bush push.
the Bush push.
Oh,
I was
thought
just
you were gonna
about
go
to
there
ask.
because I'm a Notre Dame fan and so are you. So like this
Aiding
brings
the
back
run-
bad memories, doesn't
aiding
it?
the runner is that a?
It's no longer illegal, Josh.
It's no even
No.
in high school.
After the Bush push, it was like, hey, well, if you got to push your guy forward, you push your guy forward. So
I have never.
it's all good now.
There have been very few football games.
How
that
does
have-
Danny feel about that as an offensive and defensive line? If your quarterback gets the ball, you just run behind him and push him.
Hey, I remember back in the day when I would play, Kyle Mann would put his helmet in my back,
Mann.
and I was his shield.
There you go.
Which is odd.
I mean,
that-
Kyle, man, that's a
Let's say
great
Oh,
call out. That's a great tackle, too.
great tackle for loss there. I believe that was Jaden Bauer.
Let's capture that.
I mean, being a pulling guard and having Kyle Mann come behind, you just don't know when he's going to hit you. You just took off.
Kyle Mann being like in any need of a shield is still just a jarring.
Well,
concept.
he didn't need one. He just used me as one.
It was like a luxury.
It definitely was.
Having a luxury piece.
I mean, Kyle, man, that dude was a freak of nature.
Talk about a bull in every single China shop that ever existed. Wildcats force St. Mary's into a third
and fourth. This is probably the
fourth.
first consequential down and distance we've seen.
And they're going to do that little pulling sweep there. And they're going to pick
got
up the first.
Yeah, they did.
At this point, the thing I'm starting to get concerned about is I think we've seen St. Mary's run 3 plays. We've seen that play run probably about 10 times now.
Yep.
We've seen the scrum about 7 or 8. And then we've seen a handoff, like a dive. And it just feels... It feels like the Wildcats might not be ready for it.
I'll tell you what this means. Josh, I'll tell you what it means. The clock is ticking.
Yeah.
And it means that if you're a Wildcat coach, come halftime, it's adjustment time.
And it's about staying even.
Absolutely.
And then taking control of the ball.
Because your offense
has
has no problems, but your defense better figure this out because your possessions are going to be limited.
Yeah. And right there, that's a huge run. That's Trey Gibson on the carry. And this is a 5'11", 190-pound junior. This is a good-sized kid, and he is just dragging.
And we're just going to show it again because this is St. Mary's has just said, we are in the trenches, and we're just going to fight this thing till the very bitter end.
And, you know, you can shout out Coach Craig Teft. He is a smart dude. He definitely strikes me as the kind of guy who will change up his style of play.
Oh, yeah.
On a week-to-week basis, if it's the difference between being competitive in a game or being blown out of a game.
I mean,
there's the scrum, and they're going to scrum into the end zone for a touchdown. And it's just bowling shoe ugly. But here we are.
It is tough to watch, Josh. I don't even understand. Like, we're just getting a big ball and run. Keep your feet moving.
It's tough to watch, but it's working.
It's effective.
I mean, it is effective. I mean, and so it's 8-13 now, and we got a kicker here. This is going in the Kellogg pool. I'm calling this right now. This guy, yeah, laces out, give him a chance. This thing's going in the Kellogg pool.
Snaps up.
Good thing we're in Tree USA, and he can hit that tree right behind the uprights there.
Well,
Tree City USA, sir.
Maybe not the Kellogg pool, but we'll go full replay because that's a great kick. We'll give the kicker his due.
Just trap draw.
Wildcats are going to. So the one thing you have to kind of be careful here, if you're Coach Davidian, like you want to score obviously, but if you score too fast and give St. Mary's the possession back.
Yeah, I mean it depends on what adjustments you're going to make defensively. I think that if you can score here within 2 or 3 minutes, I think you're good.
But if it slows down.
With passing, you can't make a mistake. That's the thing. With running, when you make a mistake, the clock keeps running.
Right.
So for the Wildcats and their high potency passing attack, you've got to go gangbusters and you've got to score, and then you've got to say checkmate to St. Mary's and say, you got to score here. You got to march the length of the field of our kickoff. I'm going to say in 6 minutes because I'm going to give us 3 minutes to score.
And my guess is, I don't.
You got to kick it down the field.
Yeah, they're not going to. Oh,
St. Mary's is going to
scrimmage.
Jaden Bauer. I don't know if I like that. If I'm St. Mary's, you got to make Kellogg earn it.
You've got a quarterback can throw it 50 yards.
Right.
Yeah, so now Kellogg has the ball at the 40, maybe 7-yard line.
Once again, the sure hands of Jaden Bauer on that onside recovery. Like, let's shout out the sophomore there for really
the hands team,
junior. Yeah, the hands
shout
team.
out the hands team. I mean,
it's a thankless job, but I mean, the Wildcats have had 2 great starting field positions.
So here we go. Ty, be on your toes. Kobe and Ripley are ready to go.
Bad snap, low snap, recovered. It looks like by Dayton Bauer there. Bauer fell on it. Low snap. And, I watched the JV game before, and snapping seems to be an issue across the board. And maybe it's just.
Well, I mean, if you're the Steelers and the Bengals, yeah. I mean, it was
what it felt
basically
like.
ongoing.
Ooh, don't love that play at all. Blown dead. Wildcats now find themselves in a 3rd and 15.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, are you in 4-down territory here? Because no matter what, St. Mary's just proved that they can grind it 80 yards on you just as easily as they can grind it, 60 or 50. Do you pin them back and hope that the clock doesn't because if they go up by 2 scores,
I mean, I put this in St. Mary's court. They are dictating the pace of the game.
and we're gonna get offsides here. I think.
I think so as well.
We had the end down here. Oh, we're gonna get a
56?
false start.
Wow.
That is painful. That's gonna make this about 3rd and a mile.
Looks like it was the receiver on the left side.
Colby Luna?
Could have been Colby. He kind of stepped back and looked over, and that could have been it. So 3rd and 16, which is not, for the Wildcats, not a terrible, but odds are if you don't get this, you're punt. I'm punting it.
You're punting now. Blitz picked up. Ripley Luna going to fire one, and it's caught. Dear Lord.
How did he catch
Was
that
that about
in
a
traffic?
yard short?
The heck?
I mean, if it's a yard short, you
Did
go.
Colby Luna, did we get a replay there?
Yeah, we're gonna bring this up full
Smokes.
screen, replay full.
That was something else.
It looked like I don't know how he got it.
My guess is you're going to see, I'm surprised Ripley Luna's not taking this under
Great,
center.
and this is great camera work by Ty that we can get that replay. He
we're not
jumped.
gonna-
Oh, we're going to throw it. We're going to go quarterback draw.
Ripley-
That's going to be a first down.
Ripley
That's a
Luna.
great, savvy move by
And
Rip.
that is, we're getting into, grabbing the collar of the jersey isn't illegal. It's when it's the collar of the pads, if my broken rule book is correct. But
Let's take a look at this play here. Ripley, savvy to step back patiently, step up in the pocket. Good blocking from his lineman, and he's able to get the first down and then some.
Ripley Luna's a high IQ football player. He's a high IQ athlete, for starters. But he just tends to make the right play. And, even last week with the 2 turnovers as he hits, Colby dropping one. That's odd.
That's odd. It's low percentage, but Danny had a good memory of, he's talking about quarterbacks that he blocked for. Danny, homecoming night, let's flash it back. Who was it that threw a 68 or 65-yard bomb to win homecoming?
I think I was on the sidelines. I was a freshman or a sophomore. But
Fair
Ryan
enough.
Moore
Ryan Moore.
threw like a 60-yarder to, I believe it was Jake Newbern, to win.
Shout out to Jake Newbern.
Oh, goodness. Ripley
And
Luna.
I love that, Danny, because I remember that. It was right down here, and it was
Yes.
all the way down to the Dirty Dog corner.
It was.
And to win the game.
We've had, over the years, I can remember several different quarterbacks that we've had that had pretty good arms. Ryan Moore, a little bit before my cognizant memory.
He had a great arm.
Oh, he could throw it.
You know who else I thought was a talented quarterback?
Well, Chris Lund had a pretty
Chris
damn
Lund.
good arm.
I
he did.
I thought Brandon Landrum.
I think Brandon did too.
Brandon Landrum.
Even my time in 03-04, Brandon Seymour, he was like the Russell Wilson.
Brandon Seymour,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he was before his time, wasn't
just,
he?
He was,
He was
5
before his
foot
time.
nothing, and
We're getting a first down here off of what looks like a offside.
No, we'll take that.
But they blew it dead. It must have been one of those situations where they felt the
Unimpeded to the quarterback.
Yeah. So it's a shame though
It's all
because
first down Wildcats.
seeing Ripley Luna get a free play is always
it's-
fun. 'Cause
How about, I like the Brandon Seymour shout out. I
Yeah.
do love that.
Yeah.
I agree. He was before his time.
Ryan Beggerly was a talented quarterback during
He was.
his senior year. We've had some really quality quarterbacking. Ripley Luna steps up on the run. He's going to hit Varick Meredith.
Gosh,
on
Ty
the
Cheney, what a great job on the camera right
Varick
there.
Meredith making another diving grab for the Wildcats here. And, it's always, you talk about the guy who scores the touchdown, right? Varick Meredith is doing the yeoman's work. The gross.
God, that's a great throw and catch. And what a great job on the camera there by Ty, because I saw it through the window.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I hope we got that. And I looked back and I was like, Ty is
Can
right
we watch
on
that
it.
again? It looks like the Wildcats are taking a.
Yeah, we'll go full replay.
St.
We'll
Mary's taking a timeout.
We'll go replay
actually.
full screen. Ty, look at your handiwork right here. This is good stuff. Right on the dime.
Oh goodness.
I mean, that's pretty good stuff right there.
that is quality camera work from our
Yeah.
our veteran Tai Chi.
Ty Cheney, who needs no stool anymore. He's grown about 8 inches this summer, so
He's
and he
from-
plays his own bit of football.
He's from good stock.
Ty,
Simon.
what position are you playing in football?
Receiver.
Wide receiver.
Not
I mean,
surprising.
look out.
Like Megatron.
Yeah.
This whole Friday Night Lights is so much different having that band down there.
It's
Oh
so
my
great.
gosh,
Like,
it so
I know it's
nice?
before
Yeah, it
school,
is.
you know, you got the teams playing before, and it's like, where's the band?
The
Kellogg
band-
High School's
Absolutely.
band is one of the best bands in the state, and it has been for
ever. Forever. I can honestly say, you know, I didn't necessarily love the 2 0-week football games. I feel like it really hamstrings what your student body needs to be invested.
Right.
And when you're making freshmen and sophomores who don't drive, who are dependent upon parents,
Yeah, it's tough.
and it's still summertime, you're still in kind of like, this is my last hurrah vacation mode. It's tough. And kudos to the Wildcats playing that home game with, I mean, there was a decent crowd, but it
Right.
wasn't like this.
I agree.
Moscow had a heck of a crowd. One thing the Wildcats have going for them, we travel really well. So
That's true.
first and goal from the 4, Ripley Luna. He's gonna
Quarterback
run
draw. Oh, and then he shuffles it.
Was that ahead of the line of scrimmage?
I don't think so.
I don't think
They're
so.
calling it a touchdown.
Is that Ramsey? Who is that?
Number 1, I believe.
7.
7?
7 is Ramsey Rainey.
Yeah, it's Ramsey. He's just like, yeah, give me the ball. I mean,
There's
I don't-
no flag on the play. They're calling it a touchdown. I would be remiss if I didn't say that ball looked like it was thrown ahead of the line of scrimmage.
it may have been. I didn't get it. And
Okay.
got the tail end of the last
That was
play.
first and goal from the 4. That ball did not get thrown from the 4 unless Ripley's back foot was still behind the line. Wildcats knotted up at 14 here. What we've seen is that this Lumberjack defense has no answer for Ripley Luna's legs, and we're going to get a false start, I believe. Oh, are we
on the
getting
2-point.
Are we getting encroachment? He threw the hands on the hips.
I mean, if it's
Yeah.
it is. I mean,
So
at this point, I
Move
think
him
Danny
in.
called it. I think Danny said, "Okay, you're moving the ball. We're going to move the ball too, and let's see who holds out the longest." And I think you're starting to see, okay, this is getting a little tiring.
I mean, these linemen, the linemen, the discipline from
Absolutely.
the linemen is struggling. The one thing that will always clean football is hard to play when you're having to play both ways. Oh, Ripley Luna.
Oh, Ripley doing the Russell Wilson
Doing the
scramble.
Russell Wilson. He's going to
He's
fire
got-
one. Oh,
he's
my gosh.
He's got it.
Oh, my gosh.
What a play.
Ripley Luna doesn't have a heart. What he has is a fuel pump.
I don't know if we caught that.
He is pumping jet fuel through his body.
We did
as
get it.
he
Let's
is-
see what we got here. I don't know if we have enough buffer to get this. It's too
He's
long
going to
of a
run
play.
past the hash.
The Russell Wilson
He's
challenge.
going to come back
And then he just, God
He
dang it.
threw
I got to
that-
adjust that buffer.
from the other hash. So he took it out past the left hash, brought it all the way back, absorbed the hit from the right hash, and just lofted it into the basket that is his brother's hands.
They did share a womb.
Yeah, they did.
They know each other better than
They
anybody
are.
else.
They were roommates for a while, and
I mean,
and for all we know, there is no medical science to back this up.
I
but-
don't know that I've ever gone to womb mates on a live stream before.
Yeah, well, we're here.
DK, nice pull.
Yeah.
I mean, this is good stuff.
He was the Dwayne Wade there. He lobbed it up for me. I
Hey,
finished
we
her
got
off.
Steve Shepard watching from San Diego.
Yeah, he was at the zoo. I saw those pictures.
Hey.
They were quite thrilling.
Welcome, Steve Shepard. I mean, we're glad you're watching from San Diego, normally from Coeur d'Alene, Hayden area.
You mean the voice of the
The
Wildcats?
voice of the Wildcats, Stephen Shepard, and
The Oracle?
former principal of Danny Kenyon.
Sunnyside
how many-
Elementary.
And Josh McDonald.
And Josh, how many hacks did Mr. Steve Shepard have to give Danny Kenyon?
0. I was
Okay,
a perfect
well, we're
student.
good.
Wow.
We are in good shape.
Colby drops this one in at the
was
5-yard line. Wildcats need to get on the coverage
Gotta
here.
cover.
Oh,
Oh, no.
no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And we're going
I mean, 5 minutes and 56 seconds is more than enough time for St. Mary's to just slowly sludge this thing ahead to the
Yeah, but if you
touchdown.
notice, though, Kellogg's running on and off the field. St. Mary's is looking a little sluggish, and they're coming from their own sideline.
Well, that's
I mean,
we can only hope. I mean, we're Wildcats Live. We are biased, but
Yeah, we're
these
not-
St. Mary's Lumberjacks have brought a game plan and a strategy that is going to challenge us if they can keep this up all game. That's what we've.
I'm gonna go on record here. I think the Wildcats are gonna score again before the half.
Okay, well, I mean, you were right last game too, Josh. You said you were off by 10 minutes because
There's a good chance
the
they
Luna
scored
Boys
twice,
just
Josh.
torched it. But
I mean, there's more than
and
enough.
here we go. The rugby scrum is on.
So I want to know what it is right now. Are the Wildcats? Is St. Mary's getting lower, or what is the difference here? That there is it size?
I think it's more of
Because-
we don't think you're going to respect that we're just going to stack this. Look at they have 10 guys on the line of scrimmage.
It's not. Is it against? It's against the
Well,
rules
I mean,
for the
well,
offense to
I
do
mean,
this.
when I say 10, I mean they have 7, and then they have
I'm gonna-
6 or
I
math
would
is hard,
never.
3.
I would never
Look
encourage.
Look at that.
I would never encourage players getting hurt.
That's good stuff. That's rugby-esque. And then they just do
Uh-oh,
a little
right
inside
there.
pitch. Yep.
Who was that on the grab? The shoelace tackle there.
Well, we're going to look.
That was number 21 for the Wild. That's Coulter Wood.
Coulter Wood. Let's watch him get some penetration here.
But, you kind of are getting into that spot where the defense is going to have to start cutting these guys off at the knees.
Correct.
You're going to have to start going low.
Start chopping
and,
it up.
and you're going to have to make their legs hurt. They can't chop like this if you are going to crack them in the thighs and Charlie horse them and all of that. And I don't want anybody to get hurt.
No,
but there's-
Josh, you're just talking about traditional,
Yeah.
engaging, and
Yeah.
you're just gonna have to.
there's
You're
a
just gonna have to
dive.
do some.
Yeah. Is that Jaden Bauer?
You're
on
just
the
gonna have to
tackle?
do some submarining
You come
on the
across,
offensive
and
line.
do a little cross block,
Yeah.
and it'll be like dominoes. You'll knock that whole line down.
Let me tell you something. Absolute
Fourth down,
credit,
by the way.
Yeah, absolute credit to St. Mary's on the first half, though. Down 2 to this high-octane Kellogg offense, and it's mainly because they have run this offense as just, we dare you to stop us.
Wildcats getting the crowd fired up. 4th and 3 here, and they're going to get it. Oh, and
They're going to get it. And
oh,
we're gonna
I
go
don't
to
know. We're
full
looking
replay.
for a spot here. Looking for a spot. Oh, they're going to give it to him, but it was close. I mean, it was maybe half a yard that they extended there. So right now, the Wildcat defense, that's the first time I think the Lumberjacks have seen a 4th down. The clock ticking away. And if you're Coach Teft, you have to score here because you were about to put the ball back in the Wildcats' hands to start the second half.
Look at this. It's just tight.
There's that end around. And, Ferris
Nice little whack
Meredith
there by number 11.
just smacked Gibson there. And did we get that on replay? We capture that one?
I heard it from up here, though. I heard a little thud.
Watch the blocking on the outside here. This hole that opens up for Gibson. If we can see it.
Yeah, we're not getting it here.
It's okay. They'll run it again in 2 plays. 2nd and 6 here. Here it is again. There's the hole. Gibson. And now the Wildcats, Ramsey Reno is going to ride him out of bounds, it looks like. But the Wildcats are almost, it seems like they're putting their edge rusher, they're trying to put him on the outside, which is how you traditionally play defense, right? If a team's not running some, and I don't want to call it this, but it's a junk offense. This is not a balanced football offense. This is a junk offense that you put in specifically for these kinds of situations. You need to tighten up. Because the more you push yourself out, when that guy pulls and gets that block, the further out you are, you're just opening up.
So, Josh, if we go to the analogy, we just talked about shot clocks.
Yeah.
And are we talking about, okay, this would not be allowed with the shot clock. This is like we're slowing the game down.
Uh-oh.
Because of what we have. Wildcats have too many on the field.
Coulter Wood gets off in time.
But
and right here, incomplete. That was
it's going to be interference. But Josh, are we talking about St. Mary's is saying, hey, we're going to slow this game down. We're going to play within. I mean, I know shot clock is kind of like a play clock, but not really. it's kind of an offensive possession. So St. Mary's is saying, this is the four corners offense of basketball. St. Mary's is saying, we're going to burn 6 minutes, and you cannot stop this because this is all we're going to do.
Football is.
I just think
football is a game where time of possession matters.
it does. And St.
Basketball,
Mary's has taken control of time of possession. They're owning it.
they don't track time of possession in basketball. At least I don't know that I've ever seen that statistic.
No, but the shot clock makes you say, we have 30 seconds, and that's it.
Yeah, to get the ball to the rim.
That's right. And these guys are saying, well, we have more than that.
Yeah.
We have all night long as we just do what we're going to do.
But right now, I mean, they're at a minute 40 here. They have to score.
You don't want to score too early because Kellogg can still definitely take it down there.
Kellogg can answer, and Gibson's going to go down here. He's going to get stopped after about 2.
There's a pile right there.
And, with a minute 20, we're going to get a timeout. Who is taking the timeout here? Oh, the Wildcats. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't love that. I don't love that at all. I don't love stopping the clock for St.
Well,
Mary's.
what's the down and distance? It's 3rd and 8.
It's 3rd and
or 3rd and
6.
6.
3rd and 6.
Yeah, that's right in the wheelhouse of St. Mary's.
I don't love stopping the clock. I think if you were to go into halftime up 16-14,
yeah,
I think that you walk out. That's a win because if you get a touchdown on your first drive, get the conversion again,
then it's like
24-14,
right.
24-21. You've now put that buffer. And in a game like this, it's all about that buffer.
I mean,
we know
if you're wanting a game, this is a game.
The Wildcats came into tonight ranked number 3 in the state, trailing, I believe, only West Side and North Fremont.
And don't think St. Mary's didn't take notice.
No,
because they've
owned those rankings.
They've owned it and arrived
since they've dropped. They've had a couple years where they've been younger. I know last year we kind of beat the brakes off of them a little bit. But 3rd and 6 here. It is now time for the Wildcats to, and the snap on the end around here. Gibson's going to get popped.
Good pursuit.
Good stop, though.
We're going to get a 4th and 3 again. So expect the scrum. And now I think we're going to see St. Mary's stop the clock here. Oh, Wildcats again. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm letting this thing run.
Maybe, Coach.
Are we trying to mix up their timing of they want to just keep going, and we're slowing them down a little bit?
As much as I love the idea of my prediction that they score again before the half.
It's 4th and 3, so, I mean.
If you're dialing up a blitz or something, what's the rule on jumping over the line?
Well, if you jump,
you have to be off center. You can't go directly over a player.
If you encroach, it's first down, and then it's all but inevitable that St. Mary's is going to score.
Well, I mean, that would only put them if they got picked up 5 yards here. That would still be 1st and 10 from the 12, and with a minute 11 left,
I just think that's an eternity for them.
It feels like it, but. Those run plays are taking a lot out of them. These guys aren't trotting back to the line of scrimmage.
They're either going to go to that short side and try to get another first down because they got plenty of time.
Yeah. So
just fill those gaps.
I mean, if you end it right here, I mean, you can score still if you're Kellogg. But this is a big. This is a play of the game so far.
Oh, there's some trickery. They're going to get the first.
They are.
And they ran the fake end around
and
this
the quarterback
time.
kept it.
Did we hit a replay on that?
We're going to go replay full.
We're going to get another timeout here, this time by the Lumberjacks with a minute 4 left and 1st and goal. Derek Meredith limping off the field.
Yeah, we didn't get it. At timeout still, I think I screwed it up when I switched from volleyball to football.
Jace Garcia, a senior, kind of a veteran player for the Wildcats, hasn't made much of an impact. He hasn't gotten a ton of reps. I think he's hurt. He's been battling an ankle injury. And not having him out there, he's a strong kid. And with the way he's built, he is built to defend against this kind of offense. But if your ankles aren't right, and your base isn't right,
you gotta be 100%.
yeah, you've got to have some sort of base here if you're going to defend 10 guys. I mean, this is 300 Spartans, shields and phalanx pushing guys towards the edge of the cliff here. There's that end around, this time to the other side. And Wildcats are going to stop them, so
Clock's going to continue to run.
Clock's ticking. One timeout each for both teams. Wildcats need to iron up here. Inside handoff, stop for a loss. And we're going to see the timeout now, I think.
Well, from St. Mary's, but
And
gifted time from Kellogg.
And the one thing right now that St. Mary's has in their back pocket, they have a kicker.
Yeah, they do.
They could go into the half still with the lead. I feel like if I'm Coach Teft, you just wasted your timeout. So you've got one more shot at this before you're trotting Sands out onto the field in hopes that he can knock one down with some pressure.
But it's still only third down, so.
Yeah.
You got to go for it.
I think in this game, if you kick a field goal here, if you surrender a field goal, and the Wildcats get the ball to start the second half, the momentum flips, and now you're the team having to play match. I think if I'm Teft, I'm going to try to punch one in here. But at the very least, I would not be surprised to see him trot that kicker out. Just a quick reminder, our halftime's going to be a little longer with homecoming festivities. We will have the camera going for that. 3rd and 6 here, 3rd and goal from the 6. End around, Gibson tackled, brought down at the 3. And out comes Sands, clock's ticking.
Nope. I'm going to try to go for it one more time.
On 4th, and we're going to get, what do we get there?
I think it's
offsides. Wildcats got
Wildcats
anxious.
Jumped. Here's that lot. No, it's going to not be that last play. I thought I captured it.
And that penalty might be one that the Wildcats are going to have to look back on and regret a little bit.
Well, I mean, you got to give Coach Teft the credit. He has pressed Kellogg and said, prove it, all night long. And credit to him for that.
Wildcats stacking outside, tackle,
Nope,
and touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
Oh, and the first connection was made. Number 4, Jude Erlinson, made contact probably at the 2-yard line and just couldn't put him down.
And just like that, you're going into halftime down.
Potentially down by 5.
Yeah, you're down 4, maybe 5. I mean, almost absolutely 5 here with the replay.
So this is the most points the Wildcats have allowed all season.
That's just if you're a coach, you're just, no matter what, you're giving an applause to this performance by St. Mary's.
And the kick is up and good.
You cannot have it go any better if you're St. Mary's. This is it. This is the script right here. 21-16. You're keeping the Lunas. You're keeping Barrick Meredith. You're keeping the Kellogg High Potence offense off the field. And they've scored both times they've touched the ball, but they've only touched it twice. That is that's a game plan right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Wildcats still with one timeout. 8.9 seconds. I've seen the Wildcats actually score faster than that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I mean, they can.
The
but
Lumberjacks have attempted onside kicks on their first 2 kickoffs of the game.
I think if you're Kellogg and you don't figure out how to stop this rugby scrum, you're not winning this game. Deer Park gave them the recipe.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily playing the defensive game because I want to give credit to Deer Park. They shut down Colby Luna.
Yeah, absolutely.
They did. They brought 2 safeties. They double teamed. They made Ripley make some decisions he's not used to making. I give credit to them, but St. Mary's hasn't done that, but they haven't had to. They have ground this down to a This is the equivalent of we're going to run the four corners basketball offense, and we're going to be happy that we're ahead 20-17 at the end of a basketball half. This is what St. Mary's is, and I mean, this is full credit. I'm impressed that they are sticking with it because it's working.
Wildcats could do well for a decent return here. Sands is going to squib this. Caught by Jagger Hall there. Jagger Hall, and we're going to see
Out of bounds.
out of bounds with 1.5 left.
At the 48.
And, I mean,
you got to throw one.
you throw one.
Yeah.
It's the worst that can
I
happen.
mean, you can.
And if you're Ripley Luna and you don't see something you like, just chuck it out of bounds. Don't put your guys in a tough spot.
But St. Mary's is sitting there going, hey, guess what? We're up 21-16,
Yeah.
and we'll take our odds because watch these safeties and watch these defensive backs. They're going to be back to the 20-yard line by the time Ripley gets back in his pocket. I mean, St. Mary's this is checkmate right here for Kellogg. You have a half to figure this out.
Ripley Luna's going to drop back. He's got some time, and he's going to fumble the ball.
He's swallowed up. St. Mary's, that's one of the best halves of football when you match up personnel for personnel. I mean, St. Mary's is 0-2.
Yeah.
Kellogg is 2-1.
This is
50 points. I mean, 50-point average until last week. St. Mary's just, they're running back to their, Kellogg is, this is
a targeted game plan right now.
This is all St. Mary's. I mean, if you're a St. Mary's fan, you are like, let's go.
So right now, 20-minute half, we are going to go live to our halftime festivities, first with the Kellogg High School Pep Band, and then the coronation of the homecoming king. Break here in the booth. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Kellogg High School Homecoming Halftime Show for 2022. After an amazing homecoming week, we're excited to introduce our band, our ROTC members, and our homecoming royalty nominees to perform the traditional halftime show. We'd like to give a huge thank you to the KHS leadership class for making this homecoming week possible for everyone, and acknowledge the students and spectators for being here today all week to make sure every event we have is wonderful. Tonight's ceremony is a football game culminated a week of fun field festivities at Kellogg High School that included 4 class decorated hallways at the high school, all in purple and gold, the whole week's worth of spirit dress-up games, a movie night on Monday night, 2 volleyball games, the college football game with the boys cheerleading squad, and after tonight's game we will culminate the week with a fun homecoming dance. The celebration continues right now with this evening's homecoming football game and the crowning of our KHS homecoming royalty. Moving into place at this time is the Kellogg High School Band under the direction of Adam Rain and senior drum major Izzy Demaray. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Kellogg High School Band and our traditional halftime show performance. students at KHS have voted to select tonight's homecoming king and queen. And now, please welcome our Kellogg High School cheer team under the direction of Sarah Sawyer and Lori Sawyer, who will present tonight's homecoming royalty. Representing the freshman class, please welcome Miss Meadow Easley and Mr. Dayton Bauer. Representing the sophomore class, please welcome Miss Casey Finley and Mr. Ripley Luna. Representing the junior class, please welcome Miss Olivia Sawyer and Mr. Cody Luna. Representing the senior class, please welcome Miss Tori Rom and Mr. Boyd Dotson. Crowning tonight's royalty will be the senior members of the KHS cheerleading squad. Please welcome Miss Katie Meyer and Mr. Nate Turner. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, a warm round of applause, if you would, for the two candidates selected to our 2022 Kellogg High School Homecoming King and Queen. The 22 Homecoming King is Dayton Bauer. And the Homecoming Queen for 2022 is Miss Tori Ron. Please join me in one final round of applause for this year's homecoming royalty, the Teeters Field and the cheerleaders. Congratulations again to King Dayton Bauer and Queen Tori Ron. This concludes the homecoming halftime ceremony.
NASCO is a loyal Wildcat activity supporter and Kellogg-based construction management company. Their primary focus is supporting our U.S. military's Department of Defense through the performance of multi-million-dollar federal construction contracts. NASCO has a long history in the Silver Valley where their home office has been based for more than 23 years. They have enjoyed continued growth and now have multiple satellite offices nationwide. To date, they've worked on over 50 military bases and performed more than 3,500 construction projects in 32 states across the U.S. NASCO is proud of their Silver Valley roots and is actively involved in local community events and activities. You can find them on the web at nascousa.com. Wildcats Live would like to thank NASCO for being the original gold level supporter and proud partner. Thank you, NASCO, and go Wildcats. Family owned and operated since 1948 and located in Smelterville, Idaho, Nickerson's Towing and Sales have been taking care of the Silver Valley and beyond for over 70 years. Chad and his crew provide 24/7 mobile services, towing and recovery, and also have a full shop facility available. Whether you need a tow, a jump start, a winch out, a tire change, or fuel delivery, Nickerson's can do it all. As Chad says, no matter how poorly you park it, we can help. Nickerson's also provides services such as secure storage, truck and trailer repair, brakes, transmissions, suspensions, and much more. Chad and family are devoted, longtime supporters of local youth athletics and activities, as well as all things Wildcat. Give them a call at 208-784-1238 or find them on Facebook at Nickerson Towing and Sales. Wildcats Live would like to thank Nickerson's Towing and Sales for all they have done and continue to do for the community, including their sponsorship of Wildcats Live. Go Cats! North America's premier silver mining and refining company and headquartered in Denver, Colorado, Sunshine Mining and Refining is a precious metals production, development, and exploration company primarily focused on silver. Their namesake project, the Sunshine Complex, is 100% owned by SSMRC and is North America's only vertically integrated silver complex. Located in the mining-friendly Coeur d'Alene Mining District in Idaho, the Sunshine Complex is composed of the Sunshine Mine and Sunshine Refinery, located in the heart of the Silver Valley, Kellogg, Idaho. Sunshine Silver Mining and Refining support many local endeavors and are 2021-2022 Wildcats Live Gold level sponsors. Check out their website at sunshinesilvermining.com to learn more. Go Wildcats! From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live. Purple and gold through and through. Shoshone Glass has been serving the home and auto glass and glazing needs of the Silver Valley and North Idaho for more than 50 years. With 3 generations of family expertise and community loyalty, they have a well-earned reputation for hard work and excellence. No matter what your needs, you can rest easy knowing that your project will be handled quickly and professionally. From energy-efficient windows and sliding glass doors to bath enclosures and mirrors and a comprehensive auto glass service as well. Let the experts at Shoshone Glass take care of your home, auto, and business needs by calling 208-783-1159 or going to shoshoneglass.com. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Josh McDonald here alongside Simon Miller. Fresh off of the homecoming celebration. Congratulations, King Dayton Bauer and Queen Tori Rom. Awesome.
That's a good poll, Josh, because I am so exhausted from volleyball, football. Now we're at homecoming in September still.
We're sprinting. We're sprinting right now.
If we didn't have Ty and Buck,
I
mean, we'd just be.
Shout out the producers.
I mean, the replay still sucks. It's going to suck for the rest of tonight, but.
Oh dear. Not great news for the Wildcats here. Ramsey Rainio kind of let one go over his head. Wildcats are going to start with the ball their own 10 or 11 yard line.
Not sure where the. Okay, there's part of the replay right there.
Didn't love what I saw there. Kind of a weird line drive wobbler of a kick, but 3 different times the Lumberjacks have elected to go the onside route.
I mean,
So-
I can't argue with it. I cannot argue with one aspect of St. Mary's' game strategy so far, because.
Oh, I have my thoughts.
Well, I mean, there's parts of it that aren't perfect, but it's 21-16, and the Wildcats are putting up 50 burgers on opponents until last week, and then the game plan this week. And
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give credit to St. Mary's.
Going to hand the ball off here, and looks like Dayton Bauer is going to rip one off for about 12.
That's a nice little run.
That, again, starting the half with a handoff. Ground game for the Wildcats. Historically not their mojo, but here they are.
That's a nice little move by Bauer, too. He had people in the backfield, and he kind of shifted out of that.
It wasn't enough for a first down. I actually thought that was a first down, but I guess he took that handoff deep in the backfield. So while it felt like 15 yards, it was only actually about 8, maybe 9.
A short 9.
Yeah. Oh, Colby Luna in the flat. That's a mistake. Learn your lessons. Colby Luna's going to pick up about 20 there.
We're going to go to replay. We're just going to try to just adjust this replay to make sure you guys are getting what you need. We're not going to get it. We're still not there. But a first down for the Wildcats.
First down for the Wildcats. Wildcats take a lead here, and it didn't feel like it, but the Wildcats led for the majority of that half.
They did.
Low snap. Ripley Luna. He's going to power for some. Oh, my gosh. Oh!
That's one thing, Josh,
Ooh,
you can't. But, Josh, one thing you can't do, replay full. You can't make mistakes at this point if you're Kellogg.
No.
No matter how potent your offense is, and that's a nifty move by Ripley. That was impressive.
We missed it right at the hit.
But you can't make big mistakes like that.
No empty
against
trips
the St.
either.
Mary's team.
No empty trips. You're in no empty possession mode now. And Ripley going to find Varick over the top. Meredith cutting across the field's got room, and he's going to get brought down shoelaces here by Lumberjacks number 2. Little safety for the Lumberjacks. That's Jared Badgett. He's a 5'10", 150-pound senior.
That's a nifty little run and throw there on the move. And Varick, that's a great little underneath route.
I'm going to tell you right now, 5'2" might be, or 5'10" might be generous for that fella.
Yeah, that's a tough little player for sure.
But it's a great tackle. Wildcats move the sticks, though. And once again, Wildcats demonstrating what makes them so potent. Ripley Luna again evading potential disaster. Finds Varick over the top. Wobbling catch.
That's an absolute howitzer from Luna. Ty got every bit of that. Whether I did or not, I don't know. We're going to find out.
Varick Meredith picking the absolute right game to come up big for the Wildcats.
No, we're not going to get it. This is way too soon. I don't know. The replay timing on this is like, it's.
Is it too soon to?
I don't know.
To get the I mean,
that was a play, and the camera work was impeccable by Ty.
Am I out of line to say that I see shades of both Russ Wilson and Patrick Mahomes in Ripley?
That was pretty dang impressive.
Like the way he evades sacks And, we're going to get it.
Oh, it's going to be a
coming
hold.
back. Oh, and it's going to take a touchdown off the
Yeah.
board.
Yep.
We're getting a hold here. Tanner Lee. And I don't know that I love the call.
It was pretty quick, though. They pulled that. There it is by the back judge.
Did you see the hold?
No, but I saw the call by the back
Why don't
judge.
we run that again? We've got time while they're backing them up
Okay,
here.
we'll go replay full.
So I think
don't
that
know.
lineman just went
He just
down.
fell down.
He just fell down.
There's
And
nobody
I think,
around him.
yeah, there was no one there.
Let's try that again. Let's go replay full. Here we go.
I don't see
He
a
just
hold.
falls down. I don't see a hold anywhere.
1st and 25 for the Wildcats because it's a spot of the penalty foul. So Ripley gets to pad those passing yard statistics. Great block there. Ripley steps up in the pocket, is in trouble, finds Meredith again in the corner. Dirty dog corner, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 3. Varick Meredith right now doing his best Mike Williams
And
impression.
let's go to the replay we actually got on this one. And
my goodness.
this is just impressive by the Wildcats. Just
Varick Meredith's right
why
hip.
it's not getting it.
Varick Meredith's right hip is going to be bruised tomorrow from the level of diving and sliding
And
he's
Ty,
doing.
the cameraman, he's like, you need a longer replay buffer for these guys, and I agree. We gotta strengthen this out.
Yeah. So 1st and goal from the 3 here. Scintillating first drive for the Wildcats. Rip drops back, finds, guess who? Varick Meredith.
Oh, he's in?
He's in.
Is he in?
He caught it in, and I think there is that if you catch it with any part of your body in the end zone, you've established possession in the
We're
end
gonna
zone.
get most of it here. There it is. And Varick was, that's generous.
I don't believe it's the same rule when you're crossing, like you can just extend the ball out.
Right.
I think on those kinds of plays, you can have both feet in, and if you make the grab,
oh wow!
it's a touchdown.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean,
now I could be wrong. We've got some rules, guys, but I'm pretty sure I saw. I actually watched something recently. I think it was NFL Week 1, where the similar situation came up. Ripley Luna.
oh Ripley with a doozy do.
Oh my goodness!
And he's just gonna. Yeah,
And-
this isn't good. Got to make a tackle here. Just preventative.
Oh, they're blowing it dead. Is
Okay.
that not returnable?
I mean, that's generous because
Ripley can only do that so much.
that happened last week too, and it ended the game. But I mean, credit to Ripley for just not giving up. But Wildcats will still be down, Josh, 21-20. But it just felt like a hot knife through butter there.
And we're gonna shout out Ripley Luna. His varsity basketball coach Mike Martin is watching this game, and just Rip is incredible. My God, that is a direct quote from a guy who gets to see Rip do great things in another sport.
Yeah, for sure.
And Mike is an official, so he's been on the field for some big games.
Can we shout out Ripley and Varick on that drive? But can we shout out Ty Cheney? I mean, the camera work.
The camera work is
The replay,
spectacular.
don't judge it by the replay bull crap that we have going on here. We're trying to time that right. But Ty is, I watched the video and I'm like, this is going to be a great replay. And Ty is on it right now.
And like I was saying, Coach Martin is not one who is
No.
easily impressed.
No, he's not.
He's seen enough big plays and big-time players. So when you're getting the old incredible
That's
from
great.
Coach Martin, you know something good's happening. Also, a fun little factoid here. This game has had 6 different possessions. It has had 6 touchdowns.
God, this is like, buckle up, everybody. This is going to be fun.
Colby Luna. Oh, Wildcats are going to surrender a ton of yardage
Yeah,
on
they squibbed it on their own, and that's just.
on a watermelon kick there, but I don't think that's going to change. That's not going to change the strategy for
It's
St.
not.
Mary's.
It's not.
If anything, the Wildcats are now sitting in a spot where St. Mary's can't do that for 90 yards. Maybe they.
I mean, maybe that's touche. Maybe that is, hey, you guys are going to score, but you're only going to take 4 minutes.
Yeah, we're
instead of
not going to let you run as much clock as you want.
Yeah, so,
we're gonna.
hey.
In fact, we're gonna start kicking it backwards.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, fine.
Go
Oh,
for it,
we
St.
gave
Mary's.
you. Yeah, we'll give you 1st and 10 from the 15 every time, and then we'll get the ball and do everything that you do from 90 yards out in half the time it takes you to go 15.
Here call the Wildcats.
We've got-
This is like just a cluster at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, there's that little end around, and I don't know what the technology rule is for high school football, but it's almost like the Wildcats need someone to take one of those Surface Pros that you see Tom Brady throw so angrily after he does
or
something.
Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He throws.
And we need to get them down there and just say, this is what is happening here. This is what they're doing. It's nothing special. And in fact, start looking for the nuance. Wildcats trying to get their crowd into this game. Maybe some loud crowds could get. Oh, and we're dangerously close to some offsides here. But here comes that scrum. And if the Wildcats could force a turnover, strip the ball, do something. I mean, you almost have to. If you're not going to stop them, you're going to have to put them in a spot where even rip the ball out, don't recover the fumble, but turn a 3rd and 1 into a 3rd and, oh no, we lost the ball and it rolled back 4 yards.
Yeah, that's just the thing, though. St. Mary's is not making enough mistakes
They're not doing
that are consequential.
I feel like they're not doing enough to make
no,
mistakes.
they're not. They're just
A little dive play here. Gibson's going to get stuffed. And now the Wildcats.
I mean, that's a good stop, but it was only 3rd and 1, so it's going to be another set of downs. But Kellogg has to – this is all about down and distance. And if you can't get St. Mary's behind the chains, if you can't get St. Mary's behind that down and distance, this is going to be a long game for the Wildcats.
And I don't believe outside of a couple like 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 12s.
Hasn't been there.
Yeah, there's just been no mistakes. I don't even know that they're putting themselves in a spot where they can do it, though. Like a false start here would go a really long way. And we're going to get Dayton Bauer.
We're going to get an offsides here, and that's more for the Lumberjacks.
And just a blow right now.
Yeah, the Wildcats just cannot get out of their way on defense. I mean, I'm crediting this game plan to the Lumberjacks. Have they even pretended to throw?
They've thrown twice.
Right. So
and one of them was a terrible wobbler of a throw.
So you got to bring your safeties into the box. Look at Kellogg's got their free safety. And that's Colby or Ripley.
Oh, right. There we go. Oh, no. Just got to hold on and make the play. Bauer was there, shot the gap, had the tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and just wasn't able to get the stop. He slowed Gibson down, but then Gibson was able to take a step forward and get a
Mary's
couple.
Making them prove it. This is a prove-it game right here. St. Mary's is saying, we know you're good on offense, but prove it. And so far, Wildcats, it's not that they haven't proven it, but it's St. Mary's has held serve. And
I'm expecting that scrum play here on
here we
second.
Go.
Oh, we're gonna get something. Do we have movement?
We got to play. We got a call here. It's definitely a dead ball.
A false start. Oh, that's gonna move the sticks here.
St. Mary's has these Wildcats definitely on the ropes.
And our crowd mic, if you guys are just tuning in, you're now hearing live fan reaction. I mean, there was a collective gasp
yeah,
there.
There was a gasp.
I think I might have even heard Wildcat superfan Sarah Miller, the sister of my co-anchor here, actively just disgusted with the call. But look at that. I mean, these guys are lining up. The helmets are less than an inch away from each other. And right now, Wildcats, they just have to – you got to wrestle that ball out.
I do think if you're Wildcats Live videographer Ty Cheney, this is like the easiest gig so far. He's like, he doesn't even have his hands on the camera.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just going to move it a little bit. St. Mary's going to move it forward. And as long as Kellogg doesn't have the ball, this is an easy job.
Second and about 4 now. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Advantage, I would say at this point in the game, advantage St.
Oh,
Mary's.
bobbled, but they still got the clean hand. Fumble! Fumble! Fumble, the Wildcats recover. There it is, right there. That's huge. It was a bad snap. You saw quarterback Dylan Holder there, which is ironic that he bobbled it with the last name Holder, but took the snap, bobbled it, not a clean pitch, and then I think it was Tom O'Neill who got in there and ripped the ball out. Huge turn of events for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that is a pretty big, when you're talking about possessions, we are in the third quarter and we have 3 minutes and 51 seconds left, and St. Mary's is empty-handed after that drive, and that might be a big-time change of events here.
That could turn this game around. Wildcats on top, and it just felt so uncomfortable. Ripley Luna, he's going to pick up some more rushing yards. Gets a block from his brother. Spins out of bounds. 20-yard pickup for the senior signal caller. And my goodness, Ripley Luna, and I don't want to take anything away from Colby. Colby is a great player in his own right. But right now, Ripley Luna and Varick Meredith have just put the Wildcats on their back.
I mean, that's impressive right there. It's right out of the gate, and it's just an immediate response.
When your best rusher...
We got stacked down here on the end. Look at down here. The Wildcats are not being conservative at all.
Oh. Varick on the slant. Comes across. Big gain for the senior. Oh, he's juking and jumping. Oh, and he's going to get tackled. My goodness. Varick Meredith is having fun right now, it looks like. Just making plays all over the field.
No, those are impressive
and
plays.
And for the
right
senior, unfortunately, when you have a guy like Colby Luna, who's a big play machine, you get into a spot where if you're Varick Meredith, you're a safety valve. You're never the guy making the big play, and just fitting on homecoming. Huge game. Kids breaking out. We knew what he was capable of. Ripley Luna drops back. Oh my gosh, so much open field. Good luck tackling him. He's going to pick up the first. Sticks are moving. Clock is running. And I think if I was Coach Teft, I might use a timeout here. I might use one, say, hey, this doesn't feel good at all. Our defense is all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, their offense is designed to grit and grind. He knows that.
That turnover, Josh, may have been the spark that these guys needed. And we'll see.
And when you run the ball like that, you risk a fumble. No pickup on the blitz there. Almost. And Ripley Luna got lit up there. No flag on the play. I don't know that I love that. And the crowd.
Yeah, we're picking up some of that crowd
Gotta give them some time. And call it what you want. Ripley Luna's been a gosh darn magician here tonight.
Yeah, he did get pushed into the dirt on that one.
And he got lit up there. So
Ty, how about Ty? The camera work, don't judge the camera work on the timing of the replay. The timing of the replay has not been great.
Wildcats here, 2nd and 10. Oh, low snap. Ripley takes the sack there. Oh, no! The ball came out. Dayton Bauer caught it. Oh, my goodness. But it's going to take it back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10. It would be an absolute shame for the Wildcats to come up empty-handed here. Varick Meredith is on the sideline. I don't know if he's getting a drink or what the situation is. He's taking a seat here. He's grabbing some water. He's had some cramping issues in the past. Wildcats, 2 deep safeties here. Going to roll out. I mean, you have to be thinking Colby's going to be the guy here. Ripley fires one over the middle and finds Colby like clockwork. We're going to get about 4th and about 2 here. And that was a great comeback. And you know, you just have to shout out Ripley here. His vision is unreal.
It's all keep the play alive.
His vision is unreal. Varick back into the game. And you know, the thing that I love about watching these Wildcats, they know their role. They're playing selfless for one another. We're 4th and 2. 46 seconds left here in the third quarter. Oh, and got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him.
We're going to get it on replay, too. We're going to go full screen on the replay here. Line of scrimmage. That's the end of the conversion. Here we go. Wildcats. Rip. Calling the plays here. And we're going to get a hard count right about. There it is. That right end just couldn't contain himself.
And
there it is.
are the Wildcats in position to let this clock run, or do they have to run at least one more play?
Well, regardless, they're rolling. So
they're going to run one here. Dayton Bauer picks up the block. Ripley Luna, tons of time. Sheds one tackle. Breaks another. He's shucking and jiving and gets inside the 5-yard line.
Gosh, I mean, this is a drive full of highlight reels. And we're going to go full screen again and watch Ripley work his magic
Oh, we're
here.
getting a false start?
Oh, I don't know how. Well, let's watch this anyway. Ripley steps up in the pocket, evades the rush there, and then evades it again.
What is the call? Where?
I don't know what the call
I didn't
is
even
there.
see the flag. Usually a false start would get blown dead. But if I'm the Wildcats, I'm going to let this clock run out. And Coach Teft is going to take a timeout.
This has just been, what a turn of events this has been.
With 4.2 left, Teft not wanting to let the Wildcats take a full hand of downs into the fourth quarter.
And I'm liking that field camera, or field mic.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's not distracting, but it's something that we don't normally have since I think last year we did it and it rained on it and it staticked it out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so we're trying a new one tonight, but we got the band, we got the crowd.
I tell you what, I don't love the offense St. Mary's is running, but if your Uncle Pete was here, if Uncle Pete was here, I would give him the credit that he is due, because he talks about the overall effectiveness of this style of offense. And I've watched it now 2 weeks in a row.
But Josh, if Pete were here, here's what I would say. No, I agree. This offense that St. Mary's is running, it's not exciting at all.
No, it's ugly.
Kellogg's offense during the Morris era, it was exciting. There were big plays. There have been no big plays here. So I
not by St. Mary's.
No, I'm agreeing with you a little bit in that this is not.
Oh, what a stiff arm by Colby. Colby stays on his feet.
Oh, he's got the first down.
Oh, he's riding the guy all the way out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Coach Teft with the wasted time out there. I love it. I love it.
Did we get that on replay? I don't know. It doesn't look like it when I go back to.
I shout out Craig Teft. I like Craig Teft. He and I have a good time with one another, joking around. But I love that timeout essentially was wasted. I'm going to be very honest with you. This
Josh,
Wildcats live, not Lumberjacks live.
No, it's not. And I want to go back to Pete Miller. Pete would say, you know what? This is not super exciting, this iteration of this offense. But
this game feels.
But they're forcing Kellogg's hand. They really are.
And it was all going to come down to who made the first mistake. And the Wildcats have made up these silly penalties the false starts that erase.
Yeah, there's
20-yard
no margin
runs.
for error. There's no margin.
And now the Wildcats are. I mean, it's first and goal from the 4. A touchdown here in the 2-point conversion puts St. Mary's in a spot where they can't tie it, and they can't run the whole clock out.
Right.
And if I'm Kellogg, I almost run a inside handoff here. You've had some success with Bauer, maybe on that draw. Run that draw, and
Josh,
if worst case scenario, you
say that
pick,
again, Josh.
Run that draw.
Run that draw. It's not a matter of not passing, but it's a matter of making the defense on their heels. And I think that a draw play or a run play really makes St. Mary's honest here.
Worst case scenario, you don't get the score and you can bleed some time. Not usually the Wildcat style, but I'm here for it.
Ripley looked it over.
Ripley. Right into a sack. Oh, goodness.
And that's good pursuit there by the left end.
So that might not be the run play that we wanted.
We're going to look at that.
That's going to 2nd and 15.
And break down of the Wildcats' offensive line.
Is it weird that a 2nd and 15 for Kellogg just doesn't feel bad? Like, I don't worry. I'm not stressed about 2nd and 15 for the Wildcats.
Well, I'm going to let you be not stressed because I'm stressed.
I've seen Ripley Luna do some amazing things today, and I fully expect to see more. And there's Ripley Luna, takes the snap. He's going to drop back. He has his guy over the middle. Oh, Ramsey Radio!
Ramsey
the
didn't
junior!
have it at first,
Woo!
but he has it now. Ramsey, get yourself a touchdown.
Okay, so you bled a minute. That's big time. Because now you get this conversion here. And this conversion is important, I feel. Because there's no overtime in high school football.
Right?
If you don't get this conversion here, you have to worry about St. Mary's getting a score, and then with that grinded out offense.
Yeah, you got to get the conversion here. I'm with you.
This conversion is for the ball game, in my estimation. Ripley Luna finds a gap. He's gonna get it.
Oh, that was so nifty.
I think we might have just seen Ripley Luna win the football game right there.
That's a Heisman moment right there.
I'm going to say that with 11:09, you have now made this a 2-possession game.
Let's watch it. Let's watch this on replay. I think we got this. There's the snap.
Watch this sizzle here. Steps up.
There.
Oh,
gosh, I can't. Oh, this.
Freaking.
Ty Cheney is just killing it on video, but the replay execution, not the greatest. So we'll take it though.
Colby's job now, pin.
What do we got here, Josh? It's 30-21.
Pin the Lumberjacks deep.
I mean,
you cannot give up a return here.
This is what a game.
You pin them deep. You get your coverage. You let them. You don't let them. You present the same fight you presented on that last drive, and you make them juice that clock, and you make them start to think about the fact that if we don't throw the ball here, we might lose this game. And when they stop believing in the strategy that they've put in, that's worked for them through
the fact that we're saying this late in the fourth quarter, though, is like credit to St. Mary's. They have taken this game and taken Kellogg to the ropes and said,
36 minutes,
you're not getting it this easy.
Through 36 minutes, St. Mary's was the absolute aggressor of this game.
This is good stuff. Now, don't kick it out of bounds.
Great boot from Colby. Caught at the 8. We're going to see a little handoff here. And that, Coulter Wood, can't hold on to the tackle. We got out of bounds. Gibson's going to get out to the 45, but there was definitely some out of bounds near the 26.
Let's look at it right here. He's coming upfield. He evades tacklers. That looks like a sure tackle right there. And right here, does he go out of bounds?
Right. That next step.
Advantage St. Mary's. Right when you think you got them, they have great field position.
It's still a 2-possession game. The Wildcats' margin for error is as wide as it's been the whole game. So now it's a matter of stepping up. You've got to plant the seeds of doubt. You've got to get a stop here. Look at the sophomore Tom O'Neill on the edge. He's fired up. And there's a little end around, and we're going to see a tackle after about a 2-yard gain.
Now Varick's limping.
He's limping, but he's flexing too. Oh, Ripley is limping off the field. This is not.
We're going to watch the. That's a little reverse underneath there.
If this is a cramp.
I hope it's a cramp.
It is a cramp. We're stretching him out on the sideline here. That's going to be a story moving into the fourth quarter of this ball game. There's the scrum. We got jumping on top of the pile. Wildcats just jumping up on the pile. Make them carry you. They can't push and carry.
Let's go full screen again. Let's try. We're still trying to get our replay figured out here.
It's 3rd and 5. I mean, right now, again, the Wildcats are in a position. And, the training staff for the Wildcats.
They're earning their money.
They're not working. It looks like a football player is working this cramp out of Ripley's leg. 3rd and 5. End around. Gibson going to get brought down short, but we've got a flag. Hopefully this is a hold. Hopefully we've got holding here. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Let's go full replay. Let's see
I'm
what
starting
we got
to feel rabid here.
Here we go, Josh. Let's watch the replay. What do we got here? We got a little inside handoff.
And we're moving back. We've got holding.
We do have a holding. A little counterplay there.
And that is the thing. We talked about it.
That sets you behind the down and distance chains.
At
you
third
can't
down.
recover. I mean, you can recover from that, but it's much more difficult.
Now it's time. Now it's time to get these safeties. Don't bite. You've got to stay home. You've got to be ready for a little, almost like a desperation. Fumble again. Tackle in the back. Oh, it's out
fumble
again. Oh, if the Wildcats recover. Resilient Wildcats. 2 fumbles in the half.
And Josh, that is huge. Put the sword away.
Oh,
Who was
man.
that?
Oh, and the Wildcats hyping
Here's
their
that
crowd
fumble.
up.
Here we go.
Coach
missed
Davidian.
snap.
Coach Davidian is headbutting guys with helmets on.
It's not a sword. It's a seatbelt. It's in staying safe. Staying strapped. Ty Cheney giving us the assist here. Wildcats, Josh,
Ripley
with the ball, which is now this is perhaps a weakness. You have to salt this away, or do you just
Score.
let her rip?
Whatever. Let her rip.
Let her rip.
Ripley, I don't know. Uh-oh. Coach Pankey slinging headsets right now.
I don't know what that's about.
We've got personnel issues. Coach Hudson is down there calming him down. And, credit Coach Pankey. This guy has been
I mean,
he is parroting the plays that Kimberling is sending him.
I don't want to call Coach Pankey the evil genius. I don't want to call him Spurrier, but it's a similar role. He is the mastermind.
Here's the deal. Kimberling can dial up a game script that the Wildcats can execute to perfection. But the guy who's got to be down
got to make it happen.
Is got to be
It's
Pankey.
Pankey.
And he's been doing it, and he demands near perfection. But when you have a kid chucking it for 300 yards a game and 6 touchdowns, you start to get a little comfortable with perfection.
Why not?
You've got either the number 1 or number 2 quarterback in the state.
Yeah, here we go.
Parker Pettit, eat your heart out up in Sandpoint. I'll take Ripley Luna 6 days a week and twice on Sundays. Like give me Ripley Luna every day. But you start demanding perfection. Little flat route to Colby. Colby, stiff arms. Oh, and we're going to get a late hit. So just give him the yards. Like I said, the seeds of doubt were planted.
I feel like the tide has turned, and the game plan of St. Mary's, which was perfect for 3 quarters is all of a sudden falling apart.
We talked about it. We said that if the Wildcats could get that conversion, suddenly the seeds of doubt would be there. Can we win with this style of play? Down by 9? I don't think so. Now the wheels are coming off. The next possession, you fumble it again. Now you're really scared because Ripley with a calf cramp is still marching down the field on you. He just found his lookalike for a 5-yard pickup, and not only that, he stiff-armed your teammate into oblivion like he's Derrick Henry. Late hit.
All things pointing Wildcats at the moment, Josh. I mean, and it's been a long, hard slog. Just trying to shore up your defense just enough to give your offense a chance to light it up.
And that's a 15-yard penalty. So we're waiting for official
personal foul. Oh. And then we got a penalty on the Wildcats. Are they going to offset?
What's the personal foul on the Wildcats? They're calling something across the field. Do we have a replay? Are we watching a replay?
All we have on the replay is it's not going to give us enough.
I don't love.
No, it's not enough. But nonetheless, it's still 1st and 10.
It's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. That might have taken some wind out of the sails, but that seems like a pretty sus call if you're asking me.
It's sus for sure.
Wildcats with all the time in the world, up by 9, 2-possession game here. Homecoming, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
JK.
There's a seam.
JK, I'm going to do this myself. Ripley Luna runs to the concession stand. Yeah, we're going to tear this thing down too. Wildcats are just killing it right now, and it's on the back of Ripley Luna doing his best Lamar Jackson impression.
Yeah, and that replay's not going to do it justice.
Well, he went really fast there, too. I would have thought he would have had time to get that one.
The replay buffer is still not tuned in. I think it was tuned in for volleyball, but it's not tuned in for football.
Yeah, that I think that offsetting personal fouls lit something in Ripley Luna, who was just out of the game, getting a calf cramp rubbed out. Like, this was a guy who was not in the game 2 minutes prior with an injury that should have prevented him from being able to do what he just did. And he's going to throw one, incomplete. I think he thought he had his brother. Colby, pass well defended, but nonetheless, the Wildcats are now up by 15, and it really is starting to feel like this one is out of reach.
I mean, if you're St. Mary's, your offense, Josh, is not designed
to play catch up.
This is where your Navy, your Air Force, you've controlled the game for 3 quarters, and now you're down 2 scores plus.
Although that conversion would have pushed this to a 3-possession game, and it would have been like putting the final nails in a coffin.
Right, but you can't change your philosophy at this point. You can't change that scrum into a score quick in a matter of minutes. You just can't. You can't do it in a matter of weeks. So we'll see if Kellogg knows and plays discipline. But
and right now, it's just hard to not sit in awe of Ripley Luna.
Yeah, he has put on an absolute show this half.
Played both sides of the ball. He was homecoming royalty. He had a calf cramp.
And his brother's kicking off. I mean, so it's just the Ripley, it's the Luna show right now.
And you know, we've gotten really comfortable with this, especially over the last 4 years. I mean, what was it? It was 60% Luna was what we used to say.
Yeah, because we had 3/5.
We had Gavin for a little while too.
There's some coverage.
And the Wildcat, there's so much energy right now, and you would think that the St. Mary's crowd was at a wake. This is just, they're demoralized. I don't even know. I mean, if I'm Dylan Holder, what do you say in your huddle? You got to keep your guys alive right now, but you've got less than 9 minutes to get 2 touchdowns here. You had this ace in the hole with a kicker if you kept the game close. but it's no longer close. You're now in a spot where if you don't make something happen here, and I don't know what Holder's arm looks like. The couple times we've seen him throw it, it's not been good. Oh! Gosh, I thought the ball popped out there for a second again, and right now, it's pain.
How about
Like,
how
you're
about
starting to
yeah.
see these hits look like they hurt a lot more than they did in the first quarter.
This offense, you just have to admire the discipline of the Kellogg defense. I still can't figure out the replay timing. I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board.
And I want to shout out Teft again. Last year, Kellogg beat St. Mary's 32-0. They walked in here and they got clapped. So they saw, I think he might have been down in the backfield there. I think he was down about 2 yards shy where the knee touched. Colby Luna on the tackle trying to get off the top of the player, but they were like holding him there to almost instigate something. And I just feel like in this instance, the last thing you want to do is heat this fire up any hotter than it already is.
You don't want to press here.
Like Ripley's already kind of put you in the spin cycle. They're not abandoning it. Ooh, might have been a block in the back, but a stop nonetheless, and it's going to be 4th and about 3. And like I said, these little designed counters and pulling guards to sweeps.
Yeah, they were effective for a while. But the Wildcats are having none of this right now.
The level of energy here, and it started, Tom O'Neill and Tanner Lee, who, from what I've been told, are emotional leaders on the team. They are hype guys. They feed off that kind of energy. I wouldn't be surprised to see St. Mary's try to draw Wildcats offsides here. Oh, there's that counter again, and it's going to get stopped. That's a turnover on downs. That's the game right there. It's over. It's all but printed on a headstone right now.
And we'll try to go back to it. We'll see if we get enough footage here on the buffer. St. Mary's is going to run.
You know what I want to see right now?
The left side.
With less than 7 minutes left, I want to see Reed Wildcat. I was on hand for Reed Wildcat's first varsity drive. He went 75 yards in a varsity game against Priest River for a touchdown. So we know the junior who's sitting there patiently under Rip is more than capable.
No, he's in. Oh, nope, that's Rip.
That's still Rip.
I was going to say,
I
thought it was 3.
We've got a Jager Colby stack down here on the Wildcat sideline. Ripley, oh my goodness, is he going to do it again? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's going to get in for another one. Oh, pour it on Kellogg Wildcats.
There it is. Watch him slip underneath. This is child's play right here.
It's a Wildcat party, baby.
Yeah, Ripley just making his statement known.
And we've
Touchdown
doubled them
Wildcats.
up. We're back into form. Our offense is rolling. All it takes is a couple points to go through. It's like Steph Curry. All he's got to do is see that ball go through the net once or twice.
Right now. I mean, it's like, okay, St. Mary's, now what are you going to do when you get the ball back? Because we have a 50-point output to match. So. And
right
Dan
now,
Pierce, get Rito Watcott in. Absolutely.
Here we go.
Who said, did you shout out the Copper Keg?
No.
Dan Pierce, shout out old school Copper Keg.
I don't know. Look at this.
Go with it.
Right now, this is how the Kellogg basketball coaches are describing Ripley Luna right here.
Just straight flames.
Human torch.
It's human
torch.
Absolutely. Straight fire for Ripley. And kudos to him because he's had Varick. I think Varick was the spark, though. Varick was the spark that got this absolute fire started in the second half. There were 3 or 4 plays to Varick Meredith that absolutely had St. Mary's dumbfounded.
Yeah.
And that was what turned the tides. The Wildcats started playing defense and got a couple of stops, and before you know it, it is 44-21.
Oh, my gosh.
Holy smokes.
And where there's smoke, there's fire, Simon. And
There's plenty of fire here.
yeah.
There's lots of fire here.
And you guys can hear the crowd noise just like we can. The level of excitement here at Teeters Field, which is and always will be Idaho's best football venue.
Oh, it's iconic. And it's a full crowd down there.
Yeah.
We've got capacity.
Fielded at the 15 there and taking the scenic route. He's ran about 40 yards but not advanced up the field. And, oh, my goodness, just hopped.
Josh, I've been tackled over there at second base, and it is not any fun at all. It's no fun.
Who was that on the hit for the Wildcats? It was number 44. That's Blake Coburn. 64. Was that 64? I thought that was 44 right there.
We're going to get a shot here. It looks like 64.
Oh, then that's Tom O'Neill.
It could have been 44, though, but
Either
my
way.
replay buffer sucks tonight.
Either way, shout out Kellogg's
We're gonna keep
JV
working
basketball
it.
team last year.
Keep working it.
Guys know how to hit people, apparently. 6.5 left here in the fourth quarter.
And
Wildcats
guess what?
have doubled
I think we're
up.
going to go with the scrum here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to drop back to pass.
Oh, goodness. And Ramsey Rainio.
Just about got himself a pick.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Don't turn back and look at him. Leave him alone. You just got pass defensed. In my fantasy football league, that's like a 4-point play right there.
Oh, and quarterback just gone.
Oh, Ramsey Rainio giving him the the seatbelt signal right there.
Ty called the seatbelt earlier, so.
I love it. My goodness. That was a bit of a rainbow pass there from Holder.
Yeah. He kept it alive, but.
And little inside handoff here. Keep him in bounds. Clock continues to bleed precious seconds. And Craig Teff's going to have to do something here. He can't just, he can just sit back and I guess play patty cake triple option. But this is where I would say if Coach or if Uncle Pete was here, it would be like the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
What you gonna do, brother?
That's right.
Because right now, what are you gonna do?
Right.
You can't just keep doing this. This
But they're
isn't
gonna. But like Pete said, they're gonna say we're gonna do this.
Oh, ow! I believe the quarterback just tackled his own guy.
Although, Josh, I will add to Pete's point. When we were having this discussion last year, I don't think St. Mary's is going to do this next week. I mean, they have a form of it, but I think they have made this a point.
Ooh, Tom running off the field, Tom O'Neill.
Let's see what we got here. Wildcats.
Jager Hall coming in. And this is another thing. The Wildcats haven't been as deep as they are right now in a long time.
No.
I mean, the Dan Lucier year, which was, in recent memory, I would say this year and last year were the Wildcats' best showings in a long time. Oh, got him. Got him to jump.
Is that Tanner? Is that Tanner Lee?
No, that was looked like number 51. I believe
51.
That's Ethan Spencer.
Yeah, Ethan just got a little antsy there.
And, you can't fault him. He's been nose to nose with these guys on these grindy plays.
It's been a long night. So
he's ready to go dancing. It's
see what we got
homecoming.
here.
It's homecoming. The dance is right after. It's dance time.
I just can't hold up. He's frothing at the mouth, just wanting a piece of that.
Oh, Varick Meredith with the initial contact there. And it really just feels like the Wildcats are now hitting these guys and kind of having fun with it.
I mean, you can now. I mean, It's just been pins and needles to this point. But, Josh, I agree. Ripley has broken this game wide open, but it was those first two series with Varick.
Yes.
That really turned it.
And let's talk about the fumble. The first fumble.
That's true, too.
That I believe was forced by Tom O'Neill. Uh-oh. Reverse pop. Jaden Bauer, the junior. The hands team specialist.
But we're going to get a replay here. We finally got the timing down. There it is. Penetration everywhere.
The strip fumble there.
Great form tackle.
And then the Wildcats going on a very quick drive. And then again, like we had talked about, over the pile. And, I guess this is what.
Yeah, it's a first down. It's going to keep the clock
what do you say?
running.
Dance with what brung you?
Yeah, that's right. You got to just keep doing your thing. You can't change now.
Dodgeball? Or was it Dodgeball? Or what was that movie where it was like Fourth quarter. Oh, Water Boy.
Water boy.
Water
That's
boy.
right. Okay.
Fourth quarter. Do what you can now.
I mean, at this point, it's all academic, but I mean, I'm giving credit to the St. Mary's Lumberjacks. They really made this game a different game.
Yeah, and for 36 minutes, it felt weird. It felt uncomfortable. It was everything the Wildcats are the antithesis of. And then that fumble in the third quarter, that you could recover from that. One mistake, you can always recover from one mistake. It puts you in a tough spot, but you can always recover from it. But then they made another one. Oh, yeah, the Wildcats are just jumping now.
I mean, if you're St. Mary's right now, you're down 44-21.
That play
Wildcats
ended
they're-
5 yards
they're
short
more
of
than
where the
happy.
scrum ended.
Yeah, for sure. But the Wildcats at this point are just like, okay, milk the clock out and move the ball, score another touchdown.
Why is the ball being advanced right there? The ball carrier was right there. The ball carrier was right here. The play did not end back there. Colby Luna is absolutely right. That was lunacy on the spot there from the official.
And they've now moved it back.
That's what happens when you run a boring offense. Even the refs get bored watching it. But yeah, it was about to be like 3rd and inches, and it didn't matter. They pick up the first anyway. But my goodness.
A lot of confusion there on the spot. And Josh,
It's Wildcats Live, baby.
I mean, I just hope Pete's watching because he's just riding the roller coaster with us.
I legitimately miss Uncle Pete right now.
I do too.
I thoroughly enjoy
Like,
his commentary.
It's all on from here on out. He'll be here.
Having DK was great. He can come back anytime, but he's going to have to share some time with Uncle Pete.
For sure.
And, yeah, I'll give you credit. St. Mary's sticking with what they're sticking with what lost them the game.
This
That's
game,
great.
We were on the edge of our seats for 2.5 quarters.
Yeah.
Going, hey, these guys are not going to
That's
bend.
true. That's true. Until
I
they
love
did. Until they bent. And then they broke.
did. And then Ripley ripped off
Yeah.
about 7 plays, and those were exciting.
Oh, end around here. Oh, oof.
I got to give it to the Wildcats on their tackling discipline. It has been pretty impressive all game long.
And
Get
from
a
what I
shot
gather, they don't live hit in practice. They do something. They do
tough to
something
replicate
called
that, isn't it?
thud. Thank you, Ty.
He's been here all night.
Ty's a
Ty
game
Cheney's
changer.
here all night.
Something called thud. Oh, fumble! Oh yeah, it is a Wildcat ball. Colby with the turnover. So we're not even going to get a chance to extend that.
Okay, but let's. That's a good replay opportunity. But let's let Ty expand on thud.
Yeah, what is thud, Ty?
Basically where you hit with like 2 good steps and then stop.
So you never go to the ground.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that can be deceiving because if in a real football game, if you don't take the guy to the ground, he's not down. And if you thud him, quote unquote, he could still break out of that in a game, in theory, right?
Yeah.
That's discipline, right?
So the tackling discipline for the Wildcats to take thud to keep themselves healthy and turn it into what has been a fairly decent defensive sequence. Oh, Colby on the jet sweep. And I want to see him stay in bounds, but they're going to go out and stop the clock.
I love Ty talking about thud here, though, because Ty is bringing some experience here of some modern coaching, and he's like, yeah, we don't knock each other out every play, maybe like they did in the 70s, Coach Pete. And Ty's saying, we have this thing called thud where we wrap up and we hit in 2 steps and then we let go.
Back when smelling salts
I
were
love that.
on the
This is good
supply
stuff.
order.
I love it. Yeah, it's like,
I want to see the
how many
Wildcats.
fingers? Get back out there.
Yeah. If it's 2 or anything that's divisible by 2, you're good to go.
I love that perspective by Ty there.
I want to see the Wild. Oh, and they're going to take victory formation here. I love it. I would have loved to see him score 50 again, though. I mean, right now through 4 games. Through 4 games, they're averaging what? So 144 points scored
Over 3. So
We'll say
over
over
4.
4.
Over 4.
144 points
And that
scored
shutout kind of hurts.
with a shutout in there. With a shutout.
Shout out
still,
Deer Park. I mean, great job defensively.
Yeah,
That's
you're
some
still
good stuff.
averaging like
33?
33 points a
30,
game, yeah?
34, yeah.
37 points a game?
Math is hard online.
30
when you're live.
I got a math teacher in my chat. I'm sure he's doing the math for me right now. But I'm going to say 35 and a half, I believe is what it is.
I mean, we're gonna stay, but we're gonna. I mean, I'm hoping the band breaks into the alma mater, Josh, and lets these guys enjoy this moment. We have a field mic, so we're gonna stay live. But what a game for the Wildcats to just gut out that first half and make this happen.
I want a one-on-one with Rip is really what I want.
I mean, I do too. And Buck is down there.
I think, and Rip was the interview as you hear the alma mater playing. I'm going to take a little break.
Yeah, let's
listen to the alma
enjoy
mater.
this.
Get your fingers up.
Followed up by the fight song, Josh, and we'll go ahead and talk through the fight song.
Oh my gosh!
It's got plenty of volume. So
this was the. I don't even know how to say it.
I don't either.
This was such a virtuoso performance by Ripley Luna. You want to shout out Varick, who was
I do. I mean,
an integral part of this win. But it all started with the legs of Ripley Luna.
It did.
When plays broke down, when things weren't going right, in Rip we trust.
Oh
He's extending legs, plays, dodging tackles, extending these plays with his legs, and then finding guys for impossible passes. Things you just don't see at the high school level.
No, and we saw him tonight, and welcome back, Kellogg offense. Welcome back to the game because we've missed you.
We did not love what we did not see last week.
But we understand. I mean, Deer Park really kind of had a plan. But
yeah.
On the road, it's just we're home again, homecoming. What a win. I can't believe they turned the scoreboard off already. I'd have left that up for another 10 minutes.
I would have made sure St. Mary's saw it before they left.
Absolutely.
Might even go grab like a paint marker and just write it on their bus window.
We are celebrating down there, and we're celebrating with them as well as all the Wildcats Live faithful that have joined us.
This was just something. This was incredible.
This was a ride, Josh. Tonight was a ride.
The last 2 touchdowns were, 30 to 40-yard runs by Ripley Luna?
Yeah.
Touchdown runs off broken plays. Just a great show. Shout out the Wildcat defense. I don't think they played.
Grit.
They did not play poorly.
No, they didn't. They had to play, survive. Survive.
And it's not like if you're Coach Davidian or Coach Pankey or Coach North or Coach Kimberling, you were like, you know what? We better make sure we put in a wishbone with our practice squad.
Right.
We're going to just have to adapt. We're going to play our game. It was awesome. Everything about it was awesome. They adapted. They took their lumps. They took advantage of opportunities when they presented themselves. And then they put the ball in the hands of the best player in North Idaho.
At that point, Josh, there was a flash point about a third of the way through the third quarter, like you said, where it's over. I mean, Ripley has decided, and I still want to shout out Varick. Varick was the guy that was the release point for that first drive in the second half that said, you can't stop us. And then St. Mary's said, hey, we can't stop these guys. And then Ripley said, you're right. now I'm just going to take over completely. And it was game over at that point. And St. Mary's is going to head home, and the CIL belongs to the Wildcats.
I hope it's a long ride home.
And it's going to be, and the Wildcats are going to. They have homecoming. That's the thing. This is homecoming, and it's only September.
Yeah.
So we have four more home games, 3 more home games.
3 more home games.
And
it's we're in a spot. I mean, this was an emotional high.
This is pretty advantageous.
This is crazy. This is the exact way you want to open a league schedule. A league that you dominated last year when you weren't a part of it.
Oh,
St. Mary's came ready to give you something different. They did, but Wildcat IQ. Credit the coaching staff, credit the players. Intensity, IQ, effort, all of it. Gosh, that was great.
So good.
44-21 is your final score. Wildcats can ride off into the sunset. Heads held high. Send the Lumberjacks packing. Always a good thing. Gosh, I'm just happy to be a KHS guy.
It's a great time up here.
My goodness.
We'll be back. When's our next time? We've got volleyball. Check the schedule. Go to wildcatslive.org. Go to wildcatathletics.net. Check the schedule.
Follow us on
we'll
Facebook. We'll let you know. It was a heck of a game. For Simon Miller, I am Josh McDonald. Thank you so much for watching Wildcats Live.
Go Cats. NASCO is a loyal Wildcat activity supporter and Kellogg-based construction management company. Their primary focus is supporting our U.S. military's Department of Defense through the performance of multi-million-dollar federal construction contracts. NASCO has a long history in the Silver Valley where their home office has been based for more than 23 years. They have enjoyed continued growth and now have multiple satellite offices nationwide. To date, they've worked on over 50 military bases and performed more than 3,500 construction projects in 32 states across the U.S. NASCO is proud of their Silver Valley roots and is actively involved in local community events and activities. You can find them on the web at nascousa.com. Wildcats Live would like to thank NASCO for being the original gold level supporter and proud partner. Thank you, NASCO, and go Wildcats. Family owned and operated since 1948 and located in Smelterville, Idaho, Nickerson's Towing and Sales have been taking care of the Silver Valley and beyond for over 70 years. Chad and his crew provide 24/7 mobile services, towing and recovery, and also have a full shop facility available. Whether you need a tow, a jump start, a winch out, a tire change, or fuel delivery, Nickerson's can do it all. As Chad says, no matter how poorly you park it, we can help. Nickerson's also provides services such as secure storage, truck and trailer repair, brakes, transmissions, suspensions, and much more. Chad and family are devoted, longtime supporters of local youth athletics and activities, as well as all things Wildcats. Give them a call at 208-784-1238 or find them on Facebook at Nickerson Towing and Sales. Wildcats Live would like to thank Nickerson's Towing and Sales for all they have done and continue to do for the community, including their sponsorship of Wildcats Live. Go Cats! North America's premier silver mining and refining company and headquartered in Denver, Colorado, Sunshine Mining and Refining is a precious metals production, development, and exploration company primarily focused on silver. Their namesake project, the Sunshine Complex, is 100% owned by SSMRC and is North America's only vertically integrated silver complex. Located in the mining-friendly Coeur d'Alene Mining District in Idaho, the Sunshine Complex is composed of the Sunshine Mine and Sunshine Refinery, located in the heart of the Silver Valley, Kellogg, Idaho. Sunshine Silver Mining and Refining support many local endeavors and are 2021-2022 Wildcats Live Gold level sponsors. Check out their website at sunshinesilvermining.com to learn more. Go Wildcats! From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live. Purple and gold through and through. Shoshone Glass has been serving the home and auto glass and glazing needs of the Silver Valley and North Idaho for more than 50 years. With 3 generations of family expertise and community loyalty, they have a well-earned reputation